take that, man? How about you take that, Mr. Roper? Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do, because this has been an often requested deck. I've gotten recently a couple of very, very interested parties in getting a new Rats deck out. And I said there's not really too much to add to Rats from previously existing stuff, but actually found a way to do it to spike in Rats, Gain and Drain, and some of the new cards, especially Crash End Rider right here. So we can actually build a decent Gain and Drain Rat Swarm type of thing here, which is really good. I was surprised at how well it did in Diamond. So before we get down into it, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Both of those places you can check it out when we go live. We'd love to have you there. Hit that bell, be part of Notification Squad. Yeah. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, ask questions. It's all right there. If you want to request a deck or cards, Discord is the place to be. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, go right down there, the AetherHub or Moxfield link, and you will find it. Also, we can get this, we can get the likes up and the comments up on this one. Leave a comment. I'm also have still some Spider-Man packs that I'm going to be mailing out, giving away as some bonuses. So please, leave a comment. Make sure you like, because I want to give away some gifts. Anyways, what are we talking about with Rats Away? Well, we're going to start out with some of these interesting ones right here, like Nezumi Linebreaker. I actually really like Nezumi Linebreaker as a Rat Warlock from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, of all places. I guess the Nezumis came over from Kamigawa and are hanging out in Thunder Junction being cowboy rats. That doesn't make any sense, but hey, it's magic. Nothing makes sense. 1 black and 1/1. I like creatures that when they die, they replace themselves with another creature. So this is a 1/1 rat creature that is a warlock, which means it's immune to shoot the sheriff, and when it dies, you get a mercenary right out of it. Actually pretty good, especially when building up the rat composition right there and having a sacrifice outlet for things that we do. So really good stuff. This deck is going to be very heavy on removal, probably more so than recently. I've been trying to move away from removal. This one is not shying away from removal. Part of the reason is because of the synergies with Crash, and part of the other reason is when I first started playing this deck, everything was a green deck. Everything was a mono green landfall, and I needed to kill everything that those people put down, man. Every last card needed to get smashed in the face, because if mono green has the chance to run you over by turn 3 or turn 4, it absolutely will. So big removal packages here, and I'm going to show you how to optimize that as well. Bitter Triumph, Tragic Trajectory, and Nowhere to Run. 80,000, how many Sheltered by Ghosts? I got Sheltered by Ghosts maybe 50 or 60,000 times tonight, at least. Maybe up to 80,000 times. We have to have Nowhere to Run to pop out those shelters, those wards, and those hexproofs. Hexproof, also a big way that mono green's landfall stompies you, is that they put that, save that card to hexproof so you can't remove their other creatures. So Nowhere to Run, 3 of them, instant flash, -3, -3. No hexproof, no ward, don't trigger. We can pop out anything that we want right there. We're also going to go with 3 Tragic Trajectories. If something has already left the battlefield this turn, -2, -2, and if we get -10, -10 for the void. Into the void right there. Not bad. And of course, a Bitter Triumph. We are gaining a little bit of life with this deck, so I don't mind the life loss, and I don't mind discarding one of the other higher end cards that we may or may not need as we go. So big boy removal. Honestly, we could even put board wipes. I don't even mind Villainous Wrath in this. We'll talk about that. Now, Rats. We got the Rock Caller, Shot Caller right here. 1 black and 1/3 Squirrel Warlock with Menace. Another Warlock, which means, again, immune to shoot the sheriff. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses X life and gains X life, where X is the number of squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats you control. We are ratting everyone out right here. Not in that way, in a different way. Not in the bad way, but in the actual physically ratting them out with a swarm. Really, really good, especially turn 2 Rock Caller into a turn 3 Lord Skitter with that menace. A lot of times they can't block on turn 3. They don't have 2 blockers down, and you'll gain and drain 2. So we can really, really get effective curve right there. Also, game-winning combo right here. Rock Caller on here, waiting for a late game Song of Totentaz. Really, really good stuff, because you can put out 5 or 6 rats or something like that and immediately smack somebody with a ton of damage. So really, really good finisher, all around clutch player as we go. A lot of rats means a lot of death. A lot of rats means everything's going to die. The more things die, the more they block, the more we want to punish them with the Vengeful Blood Witch. 1 black and 1/1 Vampire Warlock. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses 1 and you gain 1. This is probably the one that I'm questioning the most being in here. If you want to have a flexible position, I think Vengeful Blood Witch, it does help. It does help. It does add to the ping damage that we're going to do, the chip damage we're going to do with Sephiroth and Crash. But I wouldn't say it's the most essential card. It could be swapped out. You can go down to 2 and swap anything out that you might want to do right there. So good card. Will help with the rat losing and gaining and draining it right there, especially when we're pinging them out. Even on a swarm deck or a board wipe, it's kind of anti-board wipe tech too. So they want to board wipe you and you have a big swarm of rats. It does help there. Lord Skitter. Everyone wanted the return of Lord Skitter, and I absolutely see why. He is the anti-reanimator card. If they're running Reanimator, it is very hard for them to bust through if Lord Skitter is on the job. 1 black and 2/3/3 Rat Noble. He is a king. Whenever another rat you control enters, exile up to 1 target card from an opponent's graveyard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token. With this token cannot block. Okay, so we generate a rat token every single turn, and every time any rat enters anywhere, we eat the graveyard, because they live in the sewer and they eat trash. That's what they do. They're rats. So anybody trying to run a Cravo or anybody trying to run Reanimator, if you get Lord Skitter down early and you're constantly playing rats, you can pretty efficiently eat up the graveyard. He also consistently gives you a 1 black rat sacrifice play, which is really great for Sephiroth, because he's constantly feeding you something to crack open for those sweet juices, the inside of the rats right there. So good stuff. Again, trying to swarm out with the rats combination play right there. Sephiroth. Had been a while since I've touched him, man. I honestly, touched him. 1 black and 2/3/3 Human Avatar Soldier. Whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, you draw a card. We always want to do that. No matter what, we want to sacrifice and draw a card, because he is kind of our card draw engine right here. We're going to do 3 of them. Every single turn we want to have something to sacrifice to him, which is really nice to use with Lord Skitter, because we'll always have a generated rat that can't block and can't attack that turn, so it's just fodder. Sephiroth is really good against that. And again, you combine Vengeful Blood Witch with Sephiroth and Crash, you start really doing a lot of damage to things. You start really, really starting to just eat away at people's life, just starts dissolving. So really good stuff here. If we get enough kills, we do get to go for Supernova. At the beginning, this creature transforms into Sephiroth, 1-winged angel. We get the Supernova ability, which is anytime anything dies, we get an emblem that we gain and drain, and then whenever we attack, we can sacrifice any other number of creatures. Super cool if we can Supernova. We need to have 4 things die, which is not impossible, to be perfectly honest with you. Especially Swarm of Totentaz into Sephiroth. If you absolutely swarm them in and swing, and they want to block all of the damage that they're doing, potentially, because they either have to take all of it or they have to block a bunch of them and a bunch die, you can actually sacrifice enough rats to trigger the Sephiroth run right there. The new card we have is Crash Reckless End Rider, which I actually was surprised at how much I liked. 1 black and 2. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may discard a card. When you do, target creature can't block this turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, Crash deals 1 damage to that player. Anytime anything they control dies, they get pinged for 1, which is cool. Sephiroth enhances that to 2, because anytime anything dies on the board, Sephiroth gets a ping on him. So if you're playing removal on your opponent, they're going to take 2 damage if you got both of them, 1 or 2 damage down. Not only that, you can discard a card every upkeep and make somebody not block. A lot of times people don't have enough blockers, but throwing something away to make one of their main blockers that they thought they were going to be able to stop whatever attack you were doing not get through, it's actually really good, man. It's actually really, really effective to stop somebody from blocking and damage them whenever you kill things. So I've done both. I've basically started, discarded something, make somebody not be able to block, and then kill their other blockers and deal damage to them, and then boom, they don't have anything to stop the swarm that's incoming. Speaking of the swarm, we're going to talk about Song of Toten Taz here. Underrated card in my opinion. 1 red and X. X is create X amount of black rat creature tokens. This token cannot block. Creatures you control gain haste until the end of turn. By the way, that's not just your rats. That's every creature you control gets haste. If you generate any other kind of creatures, you put down any other creatures, you don't need to spend the whole X. You could put down 3 creatures and then play Toten Taz 1 and 1 X and everyone gets haste. Really, really good finisher. A lot of times people board wipe you. They have no mana left, and they only have 5 or 6 life left. Boom, Song of Toten Taz, you got you right there. 5 or 6 damage, immediately swarming in and doing it. Hitting them out right there, very good. And we're going to finish off with the Twisted Sewer Witch. 2 black and 3/3/4. When this creature enters, you create a black rat token. This creature cannot block. Then for each rat you control, gets a wicked roll. Attach it. What is a wicked roll? It gets +1/+1. It's an aura roll. These rats certainly get some aura. And then whenever the token with the wicked token dies, whenever this token is put in the graveyard, opponents lose 1 life. So if you line yourself up with a swarm of rats, drop the Twisted Sewer Witch. She's another great finisher, which is basically throw her out there, throw her down, and then they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they block, they lose 1 life. If the creatures die, again, if anything goes off here, Sephiroth or Vengeful Blood Witch, again, enhances the fact that if any of those creatures die, they're going to lose life and you're going to gain life on top of the wicked losing and gaining, or forcing the life loss right there. So you kind of put people, and you've backed them into a corner right there. You're swarming in with all of the rats, and no matter what happens, if a bunch of them die, if a bunch of theirs die, or if they hit, there's no going back. They're going to lose the life, and they're probably going to lose the game. So that is the fun combination play to run out right there with rats away. 2 multi-birthful passages, 2 starting towns, 1 restless vents actually came in quite clutch. Blazemire Verge and mountains and swamps. We don't need that many red. The only real red card we need here is Song of Toten Taz. Crash can go either way, which is perfectly fine. It's great to go either way. So yeah, you have the flexibility right there, which is nice for casting. But Song of Toten Taz is essential. I will say that it is pretty important that we have that. So if you're thinking, well, I want to run this totally mono black, Toten Taz is really your man here, because it is going to finish a lot of games. It has won me quite a few games. Look at this here, 24 creatures. Warlocks. This is a heavy Warlock deck, believe it or not. I didn't realize it had so many, but there we go. Warlocks, villains, nobles, rats, soldiers, squirrels. Decent amount of rats, 4 instants, 6 sorceries, 3 enchantments, 24 lands altogether, and a 2.2 average. Even with this 24 lands, I kept running into issues with lands. I kept kind of droughting, so I don't mind that a 2.2 running 24, especially with the amount of stuff that we want to do, and especially on the X factor that we get from Song of Toten Taz. We really do want to hit our stride with our lands. As far as sideboard goes, Harried Spearguard is not a bad one either. That is a 1/1 haste. That is very much like Nezumi Linebreaker. It makes a rat. One starts as a rat and makes a mercenary. One starts as a soldier and makes a rat later. So that's not a bad one. Corrupted Conviction in case you need that extra card draw and sacrifice. Innocuous Rat is not a bad one for manifestation. Strategic Betrayal in case you need more removal or more exile. Withering Torment to crack open enchantments. Revenge of Rats is not bad either, especially if you're filling up your graveyard, especially the flashback ability. Not bad at all. To run Revenge of Rats, really good. And Villainous Wrath, I think, is a special thing here. You may want to swap in maybe less Vengeful Blood Witch or another less Sewer Rat and Twisted Sewer Witch. Villainous Wrath can absolutely close the game out because they lose life equal to the number of creatures, then destroy all creatures. If you have Sephiroth, Vengeful Blood Witch, or Crash, or any combination of them on there, like you making them lose, you know, they got 4 creatures out, they lose 4 life, then they lose 4 more life, and then everything dies, and then they lose 4 more life, and then everyone loses life equal to the amount of creatures that died. Villainous Wrath can absolutely just devastate a game at a certain point. So keep that in mind. I don't want you to get bogged down if you get overwhelmed. Good card right there. I do not always recommend board wipes, but man, Villainous Wrath has one for me. So let's standard rank. Let's rank up right here. Let's do it. Diamond Grind. It is Diamond Hell right now. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Blucifer. That's the name of that horse at the Denver airport. Is Blucifer. The evil conspiracy horse. Alright, let's do this. He's probably got a million removals. Let's do this. Hopefully he doesn't wipe me right. Well, there's no 4-drop wipe. He could do a dragon wipe. Love letter of Aquazats. Yeah, he didn't make it. I actually really want to do another Duskmourn's Claim video because I really like that card. Believe it or not, I do think that card is a lot of power, especially if you set yourself up right. Oh man, we don't have a good track record if we go second. We'll put down Starting Town. Hopefully he'll spend to put something down and we can know where to run it. Grab the prize. Weird. Okay. Rock Caller, Shot Caller. If we can get Skitter. Lightning Strike. Full Wave. Skitter Beams. Boiler Bilges, let's get that out of there. Maybe it's all burn. Could be all burn. Take that. Alright. We're going to have to keep. Put down Nezumi Linebreaker. We'll keep Nowhere to Run. Let's get rid of Ball Lightning. Gain a little life there. The 10. Pyroclasm. Whoop, that's gonna backfire a little bit. Yeah. That's gonna backfire. Just a tad. Just a wee bit. A little bit of backfire right there. I don't know if he thought that one through. I think he's upset. I think he got hurt. I think he got butthurt about that. I think he's mad. Yeah, I think we got... I think he's pissed off about it. He jumped the gun there. Yeah. Okay, generate, boom, grab that, grab, pop, snap, pop. With more removal, a little bit more life. I don't think he can do 14. I mean, it's not impossible for, Red to do 14 points of damage immediately, but it is improbable. Yeah, this dude's he's just upset. He made a little mistake. He made a little mistakey poos and he got upset. I understand, man. It happens to the best of us. Yep. What can you do? I think he was on... You get people that are on autopilot sometimes. And when they're on autopilot, they just... Ops goes first, which is not good. And no removal. I think I'm going to have to play this a little cooler and mulligan it. It's a little better. It's not much better, but it's mildly. All right, if we get there's removal. We'll have to see. We really don't do good against mono green. Torgal. Rock collar, shot collar. I have a feeling I know this is the Naya human, I believe? Naya legendary? Oof, no, we're dead. We didn't get any mana. We didn't get a single fucking thing of mana here, man. Yeah, we didn't get a single fucking mana here. Terrible. There's the third one. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. No third mana, and he fucking ripped out the humans. Yeah, this Night Human's actually pretty good, aside from board wipes. Yeah, no good. Lumph. Oh man, I need to go first with this deck, man. That's the issue. It's like the #1 issue that I have is I don't fucking go first. I've been on the fucking... Damn it. Put down that. Let's wait. Probably get killed right away. It's alright though. We gotta throw some stuff out there to get smashed. If you're playing mono black, it's just inevitability, especially when he's holding a whole fucking rack of cards. He's gonna play a removal on it. Yeah. Boom. And that's what I needed to get the reanimator off. He's not getting any mana though. He could reanimate right now. He could reanimate Galta, and I'd be dead. But he didn't. Nope, he didn't get it in time. There you go. Alright, a lot of Screaming Mimes there. Wait. Actually, you know what? Rock Caller. Bristly Bill. Okay. I know what I gotta do here. I need another mana. I'm gonna pump that. Boom, boom. He's gonna do 6. Another mana would be perfect here. Hey, that works too. Pop, 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 pop. All right, we got another mad guy here. We got another Mulder. Oh yeah, he didn't like that at all. He didn't like that. He didn't like that one bit. Not one bit. Okay, so we have this. We're gonna swing in. He's gonna maul a little bit more. Bump, bump, bump. We're gonna do this. Bump. Twisted Sewer Witch for the draw. Down to 6. Yeah, there's no stopping what's coming, I don't think. Oh yeah, we got another Mulder here, boys. Boys and ghouls. We got another sad man. Yep. There you go. All right. Let's see if we can crack the code here. Ops goes first. We'll give it a shot, guy. We'll give it a shot. Why not? Good one. Ping him for 1. Alaya. Deep cavern fucking value. Who's he gonna grab? Probably Sephiroth, because he thinks that's the biggest threat. Put Rock Collar and Nezumi down. Hopefully he doesn't have more removal for Valley Rock Collar. He's going to play Halaya instead. He's probably going to double swing because he's not thinking. You got any thoughts? Hopefully we get a kill card and we get Sephiroth back. That'll do us. That'll do a body good right there. Johnny's Pride Mate. Pop. Now we're talking. Kill card is what we need here. Deep Cavern value, not really helpful. Kill card is what we need here. Maybe a full court press. Full court press isn't smart for him, but I think he'll do it. Yeah. Johnny's Pride Mate. We still got him though. Triggers, got him. I go to the Shamrock Shake. Goose Mother. Let's lock it in, guys. Bitter Triumph, Crash, Twisted Sewer Witch. I'm gonna mulligan. This is a weird hand. Holy shit. Okay. Let's say black enters tapped. Terminus and return. Okay, he's ramping. We're getting a real shit hand here. We're getting a real fucking dog shit hand here. Ramping again. It's got something. Alright, let's run it. Ezru. That. Tiding Blade. Artifact. Okay. Alright, artifact. I think this is a weapons deck. I think this is a weapons deck. We're gonna hit him with the Totem Taz. Extruder, that's what I thought. It's a weapons deck. Land again. Nutrient block. Nice. Hellish Sideswipe. Weapons. Okay, so we can give him 5. I don't think this runs sweepers. If it does, I'm in trouble, but if it doesn't, I think we're okay. Extruder pops me there. I'd love a Vengeful Blood Brute. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Down to 1 here. He's gonna nice deck me over and over again. Boom. Great guy right there. Had to mute him. 3 removals, I don't think that's too bad. But weapons is a good deck, but damn. Craft. He can craft that with that, explode it. But there's no way he can get back out of the hole he's in. He's gonna... Wow, we got a lot of ropers today, guys. A lot of fucking ropers. Ooh, we got a lot of ropers. Yep, never didn't have it. Yeah, there you go. Eat that, man. How about you take that, Mr. Roper? Doom. I think video games, honestly, I think video games lend themselves better than any other set to, as a concept to Magic, because you already have a game mechanic built into it. So even if you don't have a Magic system, there is at least an intricate game mechanic that somebody is familiar with. Where they say, okay, yeah, I get this. I use my powers or whatever to, you know, do this or that or whatever. I feel like that you already have kind of a gaming narrative built into the concept. I think it's part of the reason that Final Fantasy was such a smash hit is it was gamey and it was magical. It hit just all the right notes. Do you know what I mean? I know who Elric is, but only because I'm a fantasy nerd. I don't think the average person knows who Elric is. Carmack is fine. FFT. No, I haven't got the Final Fantasy Tactics yet. He's probably going to wipe me here in a second. He's probably going to wipe the shit out of me here. If I added 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's do this. Boom. Let's get rid of that. I'm sure he's going to wipe me here, so let's just do what we can. Pinnacle Star Cage, very nice. It's gonna lock everything in 2 or less hole. Down in a hole. I'd love to do Final Fantasy Tactics. I think that's a fun game. I'm a fun guy. Let's do this. 3. Boom, 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 boom. Got that. I might stream tactics. How come Jared Leto keeps getting work? I don't know. I don't know how he keeps doing that. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Couldn't tell you, man. Couldn't tell you why he keeps getting work. There we go. Total rat death. Yes, it is arguably one of the best stories out of a Final Fantasy game. No real romance, mostly political intrigue, very sharp-pointed political commentary, and not really taking sides either, just kind of presenting a lot of different opinions, philosophical, religious ones. It takes sides on certain things, but very, very pointed story. Fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. I might try to do it. I don't like that it's not War of the Lions, though. It's supposed to be the definitive edition. It's supposed to be the definitive edition. I'm sad that we don't have War of the Lions content in there. I think that should have been done. B-dee-dee-dee. 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 Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Enters tap. Boom. Tron wasn't that bad. Can I tell you that much? Tron wasn't... I know a lot of people are making fun of Tron. It wasn't that bad. Jared Leto was the worst part of it. Yeah, he was by far the worst part of it. Hey Jay, did you guys see the rat creature? Yeah, there's some rats in here. There do be rats in here. They do be doing it. Let's do this. Okay. How you doing, the Zid? Oof. Oof. Going in. Gonna make a guy. Boom. What's he got for me? It's gonna gain life. It's gonna put thingies down. Let's push in. I wanted to block her not. I wanted to block her out of there. I know that the non-doll makes the dolls or whatever, but I wanted a non-block her there. Blue Protocol. Frontier Seeker. Okay. He's going in. Gonna make some stuff. Trigger, trigger, trigger. There he goes. Blazemeyer Verge. Now he can pump his thingy. He can pump this right here, but I don't think he will. Hey, thank you for coming, Jappy. Whoop. Somebody fucked up. Someone made a mistake again. Yep. Well, if it's race swapped again, is it really a race? All right, guys. I mean, dialed it in. A little bit of a new concepts here. I think that honestly, Crash, Reckless, End Rider is actually pretty good. Especially as an anti-board wipe strategy. There's people blowing up their own stuff. You can get some interesting things in here, and I do think that Crash is, for as much removal metas that we're going to go on to, especially the one ping damages, it's not a bad card to throw in there with the variety. So yeah, I had fun with rats. Yeah, big shout out to the guy who told me that all the people telling me to run rats in the comments. You got there.